So it doesn't matter that you're making $50,000 more than I'm making, or whatever that number may be. Even if it's $1 more, it shouldn't take away from your identity as a man. That's one. And if money threatens that, if money is the only thing that you feel makes you a man, then to me, I think that there's a problem with you.
Good morning, guys. So, we're in the car. I thought it would be cool to do a little impromptu video conversation and see how you guys like this new thing, these candid conversations. So, the topic for today is handling when a female partner in a relationship makes more money. You ready to talk about that?
Sure.
So what are your thoughts on that? I know there's a lot of people out there, men and women alike, honestly, who feel pretty insecure when the woman makes more money.
Why? Why would anybody feel insecure about that?
Because it's traditionally, the male role or whatever to be the breadwinner. So
It's 2019. Women are making more money. Women run for president. They run for government. I don't really see what the big issue is, or why there's a threat, or why most men are threatened by successful women. It doesn't take away from your manhood. All it does is should push you to just do better. The system is already bent towards men anyways.
So you, as a man, don't feel intimidated or threatened or anything by the facts that I make more?
The company that I work for now, there are women who make more money than me. There are men who make more money than me.
But it's different when you're in a relationship with someone where they're making significantly more than you. It's a different dynamic than just people at work make more.
Well, I don't know if we talked about this before on the channel, about getting married and if I were to get married and the things that I would do. But personally, I feel that when you're married, that there should be 4 accounts. There should be a joint checkings, a joint savings, and 2 checkings on the side, one for each spouse. And the reason is because I think that the joint checkings should have both individuals' names on it. That's where all of the money should flow into that account. And then your budget, everything is divided out from there. So if we've allotted for $200 a month for spouse 1 and spouse 2, each get $200, then that goes out of that joint checking account. All the bills are paid from that joint checking account, and then money flows from the joint checking account to the joint savings because you're saving together. And I'm a strong believer in there is no your money versus my money, it's our money.
That's the key.
So it doesn't matter that you're making $50,000 more than I'm making, or whatever that number may be. Even if it's $1 more, it shouldn't take away from your identity as a man. That's one. And if money threatens that, if money is the only thing that you feel makes you a man, then to me, I think that there's a problem with you.
Speaking facts out here on this lovely Sunday morning. That's real interesting. So that's his philosophy. I mean, personally, like I said, I mean, being a woman, of course, you'll have a bias that, you want to have your own and do your own and not feel like, you have to always make less than your man. But I definitely know a lot of women who feel like that. Like, they feel like it's not really their place to make more than their husband, or even, I know a lot of people, even when they go out, it's even though the woman is the breadwinner, they'll give the man the card to pay so that he can look like he's the one making the money and, paying the bills.
That's just culture. Even last night, you saw the lady, when we were ordering what we were ordering, she was like, oh, he's paying or whatever. That's the assumption that people make. Yeah. I was paying, but
that's not always the case.
That's not always the case. And like I said, things are different now. Even on different TV shows and things like that you're watching, one in particular is Blackish. They actually had an episode about that this week, or maybe it was last week, a Valentine's Day episode, where the son on the show is, things are different. he's being driven around by his girlfriend, and his dad is making a bigger issue out of it than it is. And then as he goes into other details in his relationship, it's, oh, well, sometimes they go half and half, or sometimes she might pay. And he let his family get into his head, well, his dad and his grandfather, because of their way of the way how things were done in their time, in their generation, where men pay for everything. And you know, he let it get to him, where you guys should definitely check out that episode. But
link in the description.
Not sponsored or anything like that, but I just found it was very timely. I think that we just focus on the wrong thing sometimes, like who makes more money, or who pays, and who this and who that. If the money is flowing into the same account, like in my example, if all of our money is flowing into the same checking account, does it matter who's paying for what? Because it's our money. Like in a dating situation, it's different as to who pays, but when you're married, does it matter?
So with that scenario, do you think that it's then fair for when that joint money goes into the joint account, and then you each get your separate buckets that you get to spend however you please? Do you think it's then fair that whoever makes more gets more money to spend out of that?
No.
Or do you think it should be equalized too?
It's equal.
I agree. I definitely agree. Like, your money is my money. It's our money. It's all one pot. The IRS says it's all one pot, so it better be one pot to us too. Hello.
And I mean, hey, each person is different. Some people, they prefer to keep everything separate because they don't want to mix things, because of different tax filing situations and different things like that. So I completely understand that. Everyone's different, and who knows, maybe when I get married, it might be different for me too. I also think, going back to the original topic of, if, you know, whatever, men and women, sometimes you work in different fields.
Different industries.
Yeah, different industries.
More, yeah.
So, like, I work in human resources, and I work for a nonprofit organization. So, honestly, it's like, I don't expect to be paid that much. You work for a private company that is for profit.
Yeah.
It's also a smaller company. My company is pretty small as well, but it's bigger than yours. And then just the industry that you're in and what you're dealing with, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's expected for you to make more. If I were to move out of the industry, not the industry, but move out from an employer,
like
nonprofit,
world,
and go into a for-profit, I'm pretty sure that I would be making a whole lot more money. But it just depends on where you are.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. And I mean, there still could be good paying jobs in the nonprofit world as well.
There can be, and I'm not trying to say that
but it comes down to personal
nonprofit
choice,
doesn't make money at all. But bottom line is that, okay, somebody, and no disrespect to anybody's profession or what they do, but if you're in retail, you're not going to make the same amount of, even if you're a retail manager. If you're at the top, you went to school for management and you're a manager of, 10 retail stores, more than likely you're not going to make the same amount of pay as a woman who might be working in banking, as a manager of a bank or something like that. It's just not, it's not going to be the same.
Yeah, but that's good. You don't feel threatened in any way, shape, or form. Everything's one pot, and that's your philosophy.
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean...
Yeah, but going back to what I was saying before, I just feel like women shouldn't feel intimidated that they're making more money than their man. Like, and I feel like there's also some men out there who, like you, aren't intimidated by, what their woman makes, so they don't feel embarrassed going out in public, and it's like she's paying for things, but the woman is really the one forcing that upon them, even if they don't feel insecure about it. So I just feel like the women out there who feel that way, I mean, I'm not telling you how to feel, but I just know for me, like, that culture shift, you have to make sure that you have that culture shift for yourself, because that's definitely not the culture that we grew up in, in Caribbean culture. Like, the man is typically the breadwinner, and, they're, handling the bills, and they're doing everything.
Not necessarily.
For a lot of people.
For most people, yes. I would say, from what I've experienced and what I've seen, is men make the money, but they don't know anything.
That's very true. They make the money and the women pay the bills.
Women handle the house.
Yeah, which is true. But the fact remains that they are still the breadwinners of the home. And you don't think a Caribbean man would feel embarrassed if they went out to dinner and their wife is paying the bill?
Maybe. I mean, it depends. I think so.
Well, but anyway, so like I said, I'm not telling y'all how to feel, but I know for us, it's definitely a non-factor, even in a dating relationship where things are not necessarily looked at as equalized, but we do try to equalize things as much as possible. You know, sometimes he pays, sometimes I pay, sometimes we split the bill. Really doesn't matter. You know, we visit each other back and forth. We try to equalize things as much as possible. Like sometimes I pay for my ticket, sometimes he pays for his ticket, different things like that. So yeah, this is basically just like a not a random, but an unscripted conversation, so you guys can hear our thoughts on this subject. I know it can be a little bit controversial to some people. Some people have really strong opinions, so we'd love to hear your opinion on this topic. How do you feel about women breadwinners and their role? How do you feel about women breadwinners and their role in either a dating or a marriage relationship? Let us know in the comments below. And if you guys like these kinds of videos, also let us know so that we can keep doing this stuff. We can, you know, talk about basically any controversial financial topic that's out there. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we will talk to you guys next time.
Is that it?
Yeah, this is it. So we're pulling up at our destination, so we're gonna end this video right here. Say bye to the peoples.
Adios.
Bye.